How you going? It's a balmy 37 degrees in the garden at the moment. We just out here doing a bit of a check round. You know, when you're home, you're not at work, you can do that. You know, making sure young plants aren't being affected too much by the heat, or whether or not the animals need more water. First few days of this, the garden copes really well. It's as time goes on, obviously you're relying heavily on your heat preparation, you know, your sea salt, your shade, your mulch. Doesn't always work, but I'm hoping this year we're pretty well prepared. A lot of my redundant beds that I've got, that I'm still working back towards complete re-engagement with my garden, and I'll pop a couple of photographs into this video of times before when this whole area's been in full productivity, when I've been really going well. So in the interim, just to protect the biology of the soil, I've sort of, you know, preparing a lot of beds with, you know, layering down cardboard on top of them to just try and maintain soil health in the meantime. Again, really working towards getting my resources together for enclosing the whole garden, keeping possums out, just cutting down the bird damage. Tonight we're going to be doing some making a nice chorizo spaghetti, so just coming out to have a look at my onions, and I think we'll pick one for tonight's dinner. So these two guys here look like a great choice. These guys have been in for quite a long time. As you can see, they're drying out nicely. We're getting close to that point where they're going to start cooking in the heat, so let's get one of these out. Have a look at that. That is a beauty. Okay, tonight's dinner. But yeah, a hot garden. The wind's gone now, but the real bake is starting to come in. No, I better get inside. We've been working on a long time on getting something into this pond, just getting some frogs to start getting in here. Ever since we edged it, we found that the frogs have sort of stayed away from it, which is a little bit disappointing. So we put in this small sort of bed of ornamental plants here to the side to try and encourage them. One thing we did notice this morning is that we've been hearing frog calls around the garden. I think I'm going to hang around and see if I can catch one, but thus far no luck in the pond. There you go. Somebody's here. They just haven't shown themselves yet. Isn't that great? Good morning. Today we've got an unexpected visit early in the morning. A friend of mine, Johnny, who was walking his dog down the street, he thought about me this morning with some seedlings that he's had coming up. He put in a lot too many in his, a lot more than he needed, in his veggie garden, and had a lot of crowded spares. So he turned up with a gift of kinds. Early Christmas gift, he reckons. So anyway, I'll show you what I've got here, and you're going to have to be transplanted quickly, so I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do. We're not talking about high-tech transplanting methods here or transport. John's brought them down, just chucked a bit into some freezer bags. There's some tomatoes here, some straggly tomatoes. He doesn't even know what variety they are. He's pretty sure these are butternut pumpkin seedlings, but he's sort of lost track a little bit, but that doesn't matter, we'll give them a go. Who knows, they might settle in, they might do well. So I've got to think about the bed that I'm going to use. I was having thoughts, this bed that I prepared with our compost from our compost bin, I was going to use it for beans, but now the time's arrived that I really need to getting a space ready. I think the pumpkins can go in here, so that's where we'll put them. This bed is 1.5 metres square. I've got a lot of seedlings here, so I think As ridiculous as this sounds, I'm going to put in 5. It's nowhere near the room, but I might lose a few. Yeah, I reckon 5 is the go. Here you're going to ask me, what am I doing? These seedlings are really packed in, rooted tight. So I think the thing I'll do here is I'll let them see if they grow on a bit and then cut out the ones from the batches that are too tight. The single ones that are sort of separated, we'll see if they survive. But I think these 2 clutches here and at the far side of the bed are really the ones that we're going to have the best hope for. Okay, they're well watered in, so now we'll get some shade onto them. It's going to be a warm day today here, about 32, so we'll see how they go. Because these seedlings are so crowded and leggy, I thought I'd give them a go by popping them into pots, and I'm actually going to layer plant them. So I'm going to lie them down and bury a fair bit of their stem. See if I can get a few more roots going on them and get sturdier plants sooner. So time to get these covered up. Okay, so they're a little bit heat stressed. They're not looking too bad. So it's not really impressive to begin with, but I'm really keen to see whether this layering method will help them get off to a better start. Okay, all done. Thanks, Johnny, if you're watching. What a nice surprise. Another step towards getting the garden really cranking along. Thanks a lot. See you later.